Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. Welcome back if you're new. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's get into this recap and review of Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 7, titled Let There Be Peace. So you remember we left off the last episode where we had Marie and so Gucci. They were at Marie's daughter's Christmas parade event, and we had Selena's daughter Sanjay come, and we find out from Sanjay that it was a setup, that she didn't know that So Gucci would be there. But we did know that So Gucci knew that Sanjay would be coming because Marie gave her the heads up. She said she wanted to apologize to Sanjay for the way she behaved. So therefore, she was looking forward to having her there. The way Marie got Sanjay to come is to tell her that her daughter was looking forward to her being at the event, and her daughter admires her because, as we know, Sanjay is a dancer, so her daughter wanted Sanjay to see her in the parade, so that's why they were there. That's why she was there. Sanjay, she didn't know she was gonna be for lack of a better word, ambushed by Soguchi. But Soguchi apologized to her. Sanjay was not about to let her get away so easy. She basically told her, listen, you could have walked away. You didn't have to get into any confrontation with my mom. Why did you go over there in the first place? So Gucci was like, still that don't give anybody their right to put their hands on somebody, which is true. So apparently Selena is the one who threw the drink or threw the first punch. We didn't see the fight or anything like that. They didn't show it, but we knew that wigs were pulled off heads. There was glass broken. People were on the floor. The other castmates had to part them, and so, it seemed like it was really a really bad fight. And I believe so Gucci even got cut, and I think she had a knot on her head. It was from what people are explaining about it. They said it was really bad. So Gucci was apologizing to Sanjay about it, and Sanjay is like, for all these years there's been such bad blood. I never thought it would get to this point. So she apologized, and Sanjay still didn't accept the apology. She just kept saying it should not have happened. So I guess Marie tried to make it light now. They're standing on the road. They're supposed to be watching Marie's daughter. So she's trying to make light of the conversation. She's asking So Gucci about her step grandbaby, if she's seen the baby yet and stuff like that. She was trying to make it light, but it just wasn't working. Sanjay was not there for it. She was in her mama's corner, as she should be. That's her mama. Anyway, so now we leave them there, and now we have Tambra. We're finally seeing Tambra. We're in episode 7, and this is the first real scene that we're seeing of Tambra. We've seen her pop up a couple of times, but we haven't really seen her much so far for the season. So Tambra is at the radio station. She's on air. She's coming off the air right now, and she is talking to her producer, I believe it is. He's telling her, listen, we need to get this podcast going because it's long overdue. She let us know her relationship with her producer. They've known each other forever. They've actually started the radio station together and have grown it to where it is. But now he's saying we need to branch out. We need to reach a bigger audience. So therefore, we need to get this podcast started. We also, on the podcast, you could talk about things that you wouldn't be able to talk about on the radio, because on the radio, you're basically censored. So she was like, it's a good idea. And in the confessional, she told us that she's really focusing on her career now and not a relationship. And I'm like, what, girl? I thought season 1 and 2, you were focused on a relationship, having a baby, but at the same time, the man kind of tricked you into moving in with him, because she said she saw her life as being married before she actually had a baby, and now she's living with him and he's not talking about marriage anymore. So she's ready to back out. She said they're not even talking about engagement because she really wants to see how it is living with him. And it's probably a good thing that you're not talking about the engagement. I think her producer friend asked her, so what about your eggs? Because remember, she's doing in vitro. So she's like, well, they're going to be there. I'm not going to sell them or anything. I'm still going to have them and use them when the time comes. and but she still wants children, but she's second guess if she wants the children to be with Damon because she's seen something about him that she's not liking. Like for instance, he said to her that her job, he doesn't really consider it a job because she's sitting in a chair all day. That's what he says to her, and she's like, okay, now you're not even respecting my career, because if you know you've been around all this time, you see how I move, and for you to say something like that to me, you know, of all the people, you should be the one who understands what I do for a living, and you know that my career is more important, is very important to me, and for you to just, you know, just lackadaisical say it's just, you know, you're just sitting in a chair, yeah, that would hurt. That would hurt anybody, you know. So it doesn't seem like Tambra and Damon are gonna go anywhere. From what I'm looking at, it looks like she's looking to make an exit. Like she wants to go get her own place, you know, get out of there and go back and get her own place. Maybe she didn't even give up her old apartment. Maybe she subleased it or something, or a house. I'm not sure if she had a house or an apartment. I'm sure she didn't give up her space. If she was smart, she wouldn't have given up her space. All right, so we leave Tambra and her producer there. And now we have Marie, and Marie is seeing a therapist for the first time. She says she feels this important because there was a lot of childhood trauma that she faced when she was young, and she doesn't want to pass that on to her kids. I mean, her son is in college, her oldest son is in college. She has her young daughter, and I believe she's also raising a grandbaby, but she feels that there's a need for her to see a therapist, so therefore she's making the first step to see. We find out some more about her relationship with her mom. She did tell us about it in season 1 and 2, that her mom wasn't really in the house, and it was her dad who actually raised her. She said her mom got introduced to the gateway drug marijuana, and from there she started it laced with the white lady, and she just got hooked, and from there her mom has been, you know, on it, and she just can't get her off. She never really had a good relationship with her mom because her mom was not around to teach her certain things as a young lady, and so on and so forth. So she said there's a lot of trauma there. The therapist agreed with her, and I believe Marie says she finds that she tends to go out of her way to please people, and the therapist tell her, well, now it's time for the bank of Marie to be closed, and you need to focus on you. So that was the initial session. So I guess we're gonna see more interaction between Marie and her therapist. So we leave that scene, and we have LeTisha and Soguchi, and they're meeting up for just a little quick snack or whatever. So Gucci is introducing LeTisha to green juice, and she does not like it. She said it tastes like the Mississippi swamp water with a little food coloring in it. LeTisha don't want it. She's like, where the strawberry at? You can't put a little pineapple in here. This is just ew. So she took a little sip to please So Gucci, but I don't think she liked it. You got to give it a chance, LeTisha. So green juice is not that bad, especially if you do it the right way. I think, you know, after time, you'll get to like it. So she's saying that she needs to actually change her diet because she has PCOS, and she's now an advocate for that. So she needs to be able to change her diet and just live her life in a more natural way. The real reason for them coming there was to go over what happened at the wig event. And, you know, LeTisha actually asked So Gucci, no, so Gucci actually told LeTisha that she think that Latrice invited Selena to the wig event to actually stir up some stuff. And LeTisha was like, I don't think that's the case. She's like, I think so. Also, so Gucci made some accusations about infidelity amongst the two ladies and Cliff, and there was a lot of accusations being thrown around, but I really wasn't paying much attention to that scene. So yeah, but LeTisha said, you know what, we are a collective. The collective is bent at this point, and I think it's not broken, it's bent, but I think we need to actually have a meeting in order to get some things, you know, worked out. So she says she's gonna have a peace treaty or a peace party, and she is getting it set up. So that's where her and So Gucci left it. Now we have Akeisha and Marie. Marie goes over to visit Akeisha at home. She wants to know where Willie is. Willie is out of town on business. So it's just her and the babies and the Farish Street project. She is looking forward to she needed to submit some proposals, and she says she's been watching her emails every single day to see what the response is from the committee who's supposed to say go ahead and start your project. So that's what there was. Then Marie told her that, some guy that Tambra dated years ago reached out to her and LeTisha, and I think she wanted Akeisha to go to lunch with them. And so Akeisha was like, girl, I don't think I'm part of that. So her and Marie and LeTisha were going to meet up with the guy and find out, more stuff about Tambra, which I don't think they should have did that. Just let what's in the past be in the past. But I'm guessing they're trying to make a storyline for Tambra, because as we know, Tambra, we don't really see much of her this season. She just seems to be very guarded, and she's not coming in front of the camera. So I'm guessing they're trying to pull her out. But Akeisha basically told her, no, I am not coming with you guys to meet this man. I don't think you should meet this man. But because y'all want to be messy and get the tea, y'all go ahead. I'll find out more about it later on. All right, so we leave Marie and Akeisha there. And now we have the, no, not the peace treaty just yet. We have Latrice and LeTisha meeting up for lunch. Latrice took the initiative and ordered lunch for LeTisha. LeTisha's not liking any kind of different foods. So she comes in there and Latrice is like, I took the liberty and I ordered you something. So she ordered her some sushi. And she's like, well, don't they have no fried shrimp or anything like that? Latrice was like, you take Glendale all the time, yet you can't eat a little piece of fish. And LeTisha was like, well, he's done. He's well done, so he's already cooked. So I don't have a problem eating that. But she's like, this fish, I don't know about this. You don't have anything that's cooked? So, okay. They had a little kiki moment over that. And then they got into what they were really here for, what happened at the wig event. They talked about it. LeTisha came out and asked Latrice straight up, did you invite Selena there to ambush So Gucci? Did you do that? And she was like, nah, why would I even do something like that? She's like, these ladies in this group talk about me all the time. They talk about my marriage, my business. They do stuff to me that could hurt my business. And I know she's talking straight up about Marie, because I'm like, who's they? The only person that's coming for Latrice is Marie, and we still don't know why. If it's the wig event from season 1 where she told her that the wig was stiff and she don't know how she could sell something like that. I mean, let that go already. And but I think there was something else where there was a publication and Marie spoke bad about. Don't quote me on that, but all I could think about is the stiff wig from the first episode in season 1. Her and Latrice and Marie are still going at it from that. So Latrice was like, these ladies in this group talk about me all the time. They talk about my marriage, talk about my business, and it could hurt me. And I don't see y'all doing nothing about it. So LeTisha was like, well, this is a collective and we need to stick together because there are people trying to get in here and we can't let anybody penetrate the collective. So therefore, we're going to have a peace treaty and I'm telling you to come and you better not come with no mess or something to that you said. I'm paraphrasing, of course. And Latrice was like, all right, I'm going to come, but I don't think anything is going to come of it still. LeTisha was like, see, that's the negative attitude I'm talking about. I need you to come and be good about it. She's like, all right, I'm going to come, but I still don't think anything going to happen. I'm like, okay, can we move forward already? All right. Now we have the day of the peace treaty. They're having it at a spot where, you know, when you break things, you come together with your group. I see them doing it on all these reality TV shows. When they come together and they break things, you know, yell, wear the glasses guard, hit things with a baseball bat and throw things and break it. So before they actually get in and start, you know, working out some of their anger, um LeTisha brings everybody together at a table. She's, you know, explains to them like, listen, we are the collective. We are seem to be going in a whole different negative light. We're not coming together and getting anything done. The collective, if the collective is bent, we don't want it to break. We can't let anybody penetrate us. So with that, we're gonna come together and we're gonna put everything on the table. She's like, we're not gonna do it as a group like we already do, because it seems like, you know, it always happens where we yell at each other and stuff like that. So we're gonna break off into groups of two, and then we're gonna talk to each other. But before I get there, as they were entering, I'm looking at how everybody is dressed. Everybody's dressed up real cute. Only two people look like they came ready to fight. We had Akeisha. The only thing missing from her was her door knockers and her jar of Vaseline. She was ready to go. And then we also had So Gucci, who was, you know, she was cute still, but she was dressed down. You could tell she was ready. If anything popped off, that she'd be ready to go. Last time, she went to an event, she slipped and fell and hurt herself. So she said she was not about to have this happen. Akeisha's like, listen, if anything is gonna go off, I'm dressed and I'm ready for it. All right, so we're back inside now. So we split it off into groups of two. LeTisha decides who's gonna go where. We have Tambra and Marie together. We have LeTisha and So Gucci and LeTisha and Akeisha together. And then left at the other table is So Gucci and Latrice. So now when the group goes off together, we have So Gucci in the confessional about, though. Now I'm here sitting with Latrice, and she looking at me. I'm looking at her. She looking at me. I'm looking at her. So what we supposed to do? Hug and kiss? So I found that to be funny. And now we go over to Marie and Tambra. So Marie and Tambra is talking, and Marie was like, girl, so what we gonna talk about? And Tambra was like, I don't have no beef with you. So Marie was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to put something out on the table. And you know your truth, so we're going to put it out on the table. She's like, LeTisha and I met with a guy that said he was engaged to be married to you. And with that, Tambra was like, what? Are you kidding me? You're supposed to be my friends, and this is what you're coming to me with? She's like, you know how long I've been done with this man? And you're coming to me with this. He said, well, this man is saying that he was dating you and you were engaged to be married. And Tamara was like, you know what? I'm not even doing it. And she gets up from the table, and I don't blame her, girl. Get you up and walk right out of there. We don't need this right now. We're supposed to be a collective. We're going to come together and talk about things, and this is what you're coming to me with. So, okay, she gets up and she goes back to the main table, because I think everybody left their purse over there. She's gathering her stuff, ready to go. Marie's still coming at her like, well, he said he hung out with you and your family and stuff like that, and the way you did it was wrong and all of that. And Tambra was like, I'm out. When I saw that scene, it brought me back to season 2, when Marie had a problem with, I think it was Latrice. And remember, she ran into the men's bathroom, because production made sure we saw that she was in the men's bathroom, and she was going off and stuff like that. And everybody was going in there talking to her. That's what it brought up to me. So she knows how she felt in that moment. I mean, the situation might be different, because her and Latrice were fighting about business deals, where this one is relationship. But at the same time, she felt attacked. And I'm sure that is the way that Tambra was feeling at this point. Yes, they want to make good TV, but at the same time, you got to have some kind of boundaries. So now we're going to have problems with Tambra and Marie, because Tambra's not going to want to be around her anymore. And we still have the problem with Latrice and So Gucci going on. And I'm still trying to figure out what is the issue with Akeisha and LeTisha. Because from what I'm understanding, you're supposed to be working on the Ferry Street project together. So what's going on there? Does LeTisha feel like Aikisha took over her project idea that brought the whole show onto the own network? I don't know, guys. If you know what the issue is with Aikisha and LeTisha, tell me in the comments. I'm gonna pin the question as the first question, so maybe somebody knows what it is. But I've been watching this show since season 1, and I'm still trying to figure out. There's only one thing that I could think about, and I don't think it's that. I mean, it is a big deal if LeTisha brought the project idea to the network, and Aikisha is saying she's been working on the project since before the TV show even came about. What's the issue? Anyway, that's where the episode ended, girl. So I'm guessing we're gonna see next week, a continuation of whatever. I think we saw a preview where we see Cliff telling LeTisha she needs to conform to the type of woman that Glen wants her to be. And of course, she comes back into him like, why can't he conform to the type of man that I want him to be? Girl, oh my gosh, Cliff is something else. When LeTisha and Latrice was in the restaurant, at any moment I expected Glen to pop up. I mean, Glen or Cliff to pop up, because they both of them always popping up when their ladies are out and about doing their scenes. So yeah, that is it for this week's recap and review. I'm looking forward to see what happened next. I think I did see an interview with Aikisha and Carlos, and she says that it's about to get heated in the next few episodes. So don't give up on Belle Collective just yet. She said it's about to go down, as they say. So make sure you keep watching, and make sure you come back and listen to my recap and my reviews. If you have not yet subscribe to the channel. Like this video, share the video if you wish. And until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.